Hi guys, welcome to Life is Writable. My name is Melissa and today I am doing a book haul and unboxing. So let me just say, just before we get started, I have an excessive amount of books to show you. And this is like, these have accumulated with maybe the past 2 months, not even, month and a half, if I'm being generous. But I have 25 books to show you. And I've gotten these at a couple of different places. A lot of them I've gotten from either Book Outlet or my local used bookstore, so that makes me feel a little bit better. But they're all really awesome books, and I'm so excited to show you guys. So since I have so many, I'm just gonna get started because, okay, this is just gonna take a while. Alright, let's start with this. These first 2 books I'm going to show you I got from a local consignment store, which doesn't even really sell books, it's just clothes, and I love it for that reason because I love cheap clothes. But they have this like tiny little section of books, and every time I've been there since it opened, I always buy like at least 1 book, and it's kind of ridiculous because they really like, they might have 20 books if even, I don't know, but I always manage to find something. The first book I bought was Leviathan? I don't know how to say that. That makes me less confident about this haul. Oh no. But it's by Scott Westerfeld. I have read the Ugly series by him, which I have a huge love and hate relationship with. I think he's kind of a master of creating worlds and world building, but sometimes the characters fall flat, and I'm hoping that's not the case with this because I've read a little bit about it and it seems really cool, and this cover is beautiful, and I got this beautiful like untouched hardcover for $5, so that's pretty cool. And the second book I bought from the consignment store is Incarnate by Jody Meadows, and this is just a nice little paperback I got for $2. I've been hearing a lot about this series, and this cover is really pretty. The colors are beautiful. And I know this book is about souls who take over bodies, and I love the host, so I always was fascinated by that idea. So I've heard good things. Hopefully I read good things, and yeah. The second group of books I got from Book Outlet, and this is the first time I used Book Outlet, and it was just a great experience. I spent, I think, $27, and that includes the shipping, for 6 books, 2 hardcovers. They're all in beautiful condition. Granted, I used a coupon, but that's always good. That's smart shopping. The first book I got was The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I have read this a number of times. I own it on my Nook. I've never owned the actual hard copy. And I love this cover, so I'm glad that I was able to get this one instead of the movie cover, even though I really wouldn't mind staring at Emma Watson on my bookshelf every day. That's fine with me. The second book I bought, I've heard a little bit about recently, and it's Monument 14 by Emmy Laybourne. And this book is kind of like a post-apocalyptic book, and a group of kids who are shut into a either a store warehouse or something like that. They have to learn to survive under those circumstances, and I've heard that this is a really fun read, really action-packed, so I'm excited to read that very soon. The next book I bought from Book Outlet is How I Live Now by Meg Rosoff. This book was $1.99 on Book Outlet. Like, Book Outlet, you're stealing my heart. Calm down now. This is getting ridiculous. And I hear it's kind of interesting. I hear it's not for everybody, but it's a post-apocalyptic world, and it's about 2 cousins who kind of get it on a bit, and that's fine. I mean, the end of the world, you only have so many options, so this book is really short, so I'm sure I'm going to sit down with it soon and probably read it within a day or 2. And that will be great. Oh, and Mark Haddon did a blurb for it, for The Curious Incident of Dog in the Nighttime. I wonder if I still own that. I do. I love that book. Is great. So that's good. That's a good thing. The next book I bought, I've been wanting to read for a really long time, but I've been saving it for closer to the summer. So finally I saw it on Book Outlet, the hardcover edition, for like, I think it was $6.99. And that is September Girls by Bennett Madison. And this is kind of like a creepy magical realism book about mermaids, I believe. And the cover is really, really pretty. And it's gonna be pretty eerie and desperately romantic, says E. Lockhart, who is the author of We Were Liars, and I am dying to get my hands on that book in the middle of May. So again, these blurbs, they are doing well with the blurbs. And finally, the last 2 books I got on Book Outlet, I am so excited for, and that is Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm by Leigh Bardugo. Bardugo, I don't know. Look at, I got another hardcover. I love it when I find hardcovers for so cheap, and it's so great, especially when it's a beautiful cover like this, and I'm so excited. All right, so this next group of books is gonna be from my local used bookstore. I go here every week. Like, I go on Wednesdays. Like I went today. For a while I was going there because I had physical therapy right down the street, and I still do, so anytime I go there I'm obviously gonna go to used bookstore. But I didn't have physical therapy today. I didn't. So I went all the way there anyway because I'm just obsessed with this place because I always find such beautiful books, and it's just so... It's not my fault, okay? It's just not my fault. Okay, so the first 2 books I got at the used bookstore I bought today, and I've been wanting to own both of these books for a while. So the first book is Tell the Wolves I'm Home by Carol Rivka Brunt. This book is so beautiful. It's gorgeous. The writing's amazing. It's about a young girl named June whose uncle passes away, and she always felt a special connection with him, like he was the only person who really understood her. So she took it really hard, and after his death she starts to learn things about him that she didn't know before. She finds out that A, he died from AIDS, so set in the 80s during the AIDS epidemic, and B, he was gay and he had a boyfriend that she didn't know existed. It's just a really beautiful story, really beautiful coming of age story, and I highly recommend it. Plus, this cover is beautiful, so I knew I needed to own it one way or another. And then I bought The Indigo Spell by Rochelle Mead, and I've read the entire Vampire Academy and Bloodline series, but they were all on my Nook, so I'm slowly starting to accumulate them. Plan on buying the Vampire Academy box set soon, but I already have the Fiery Heart, and now I have the Indigo Spell, so halfway there for the Bloodline series. Then these next couple of books I got on another trip to the used bookstore last Wednesday, and I bought 4 books this time. I got The Summer I Turned Pretty and It's Not Summer Without You by Jenny Han, and I just read The Summer I Turned Pretty over the weekend in a day, and I really did like it. I really wanted to read a book to kind of get me in the summer mindset, even though there's still a little ways to go. And this was definitely a good option for that. Quick read. I'm going to hold off on the other 2 books of the series for a little bit, just because my mind has gone elsewhere and I want to read other books right now. But I definitely plan on finishing the series, and I don't think it will take too long because they are so quick to read. Then I got Winter's Bone by Danielle Woodrill. I saw this movie a couple years ago, and I've been meaning to read the book. I just haven't come across it, but I came across this one for $4, and there's a beautiful picture of Jennifer Lawrence on the front, who is amazing in this movie. I just love her. And yeah, I'm excited to read this book soon. I don't know how soon, but it's not too long, so it'll be hopefully a quicker read. Yeah, it's like under 200 pages, barely, yeah. 193 pages. Alright, I can read that soon. That'll be fun. And then finally, this was my most exciting purchase as of recently. It's so beautiful, and it was sitting right at the registers waiting for me to pick it up, and it is Where Things Come Back by John Corey Whaley. And I read this book beginning of last week, and it was beautiful and gorgeous and wonderful, and the writing is unbelievable, and I'm so excited to read his next book, Noggin. Highly recommend this to everybody. This is a beautiful story, and it's amazing. Okay, and moving right along, we have my final trip to the used bookstore. It's a complete set, so I will show them together. And the first one is A Great and Terrible Beauty by Libba Bray, and Rebel Angels by Libba Bray, and The Sweet Far Thing by Libba Bray. And this one's massive. thought the first book was, you know, pretty decently long. This one's huge. It's like almost 900 pages, I think. Yep. Yep, like 820. It's big. It's heavy, but it has these hardcovers. This one I got for $5. This huge 820 page book in hardcover in perfect condition was $5. Oh my goodness. And this concludes the used bookstore purchases. I would probably argue that about half of the books I own, if not more, are all from the used bookstore in my town. Because it's an awesome place. It's called the Used Book Superstore, and it's a small chain in Massachusetts. And there's so many books there, and there's always these little finds that I wouldn't expect to find there, and it's just great because I never know what I'm going to come out with. So I love going there and just browsing, and it's great. I'm sure you guys know how I feel. The next set of books I got actually in San Francisco. I went there at the end of March with a couple of my friends, and I've had no business buying books there. Like, am I crazy? I had a small suitcase. Like, there's no reason I should have bought books and then brought them back all across the country because I live on the East Coast. Because of course I saw a Groupon for a bookstore chain called Books Inc. and there was one right down the street from my hotel. It was $24 for $40 worth of books. Like, I would actually be crazy not to go, even though I am crazy for going. Does that make sense? Probably not. Anyway, I was very excited because I've got a trilogy that I have been long waiting to read, and I will read in the summer. That is the Chaos Walking trilogy by Patrick Ness. So we have The Knife of Never Letting Go, The Ask and the Answer, and Monsters of Men. And I am so excited to read these books. I am so excited. If I didn't have such a huge TBR list for the next 2 months, I would probably be reading these right now. But so it goes. And the final book I bought in San Francisco was Grasshopper Jungle by Andrew Smith in its beautiful hardcover copy. This is just, I love this book cover. It is so bright and loud, and I love seeing it on my bookshelf, and I love how the pages are all lined in yellow. And I'm so excited to read this book because I've only heard weird things about this, and sometimes I just need a little weird in my life. And I am so excited. I'm so excited. And moving right along, I got one book that I'm currently reading now. My boyfriend bought it me at one of our weekly Target trips because we just know how to have date night. And it is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. And this book is so good. It is so good. I am almost done. I'm gonna finish it as soon as I'm done filming these videos. And finally we got my unboxing from Barnes & Noble. These 3 books, I know what I purchased. I just purchased them last week and they just came yesterday. So let's get into it. And I don't think this is gonna work. Yeah. I don't even know if you guys can see. That's okay. Here we go. Get some action. They smushed my box a little bit. That's unappreciative. Here we go. Nice. It is open. It is open. Oh, that's nice. Thank you for that. And there's the invoice. What is this? Hunger Hurts. That is true. That's true. Donate $1. Jesus. Auto? Really? You're sending me things about auto insurance? Barnes & Noble, calm down. Okay. So the first book I ordered was Rebel Belle by Rachel Hawkins. I am so excited to read this. I've only heard good things, so I plan on reading this next when I'm done with Fangirl. And this is actually the book of the month for the Booksplosion read-along. And that's hosted by a lot of awesome booktubers who I'm sure you all are aware of. And this is a really pretty cover. Usually I don't like, I mean, it's really girly and feminine, but there's just something about it that makes it kind of badass at the same time. And I'm not just talking about the dagger, but I don't know what I'm talking about. It's just pretty and I like it. And then I got, oh, you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delara, which I already read as soon as it came out on my Nook, and I loved this book so much that I had to get it in hard copy. I plan on doing a review for this by the end of the weekend, so I'm going to have that posted up hopefully the end of the week or by the weekend. And finally, which is probably the prettiest book out of all of them, even though it's just a girl's face, but there's just something so like mesmerizing about this book that I need to read it. And it is Great by Sarah Benincasa. Sarah Benincasa. If you guys don't know what this book is about, it's actually a modern retelling of The Great Gatsby, which I'm really, really intrigued about. And I don't know how this book is gonna be, but I'm really excited. And 25 books later, that is my book haul, numero dos, even though that was 4 fingers up, but forget it. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys think about some of the books that I purchased, and have just a nice day. Like, make it count. Make some memories. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay. All right, guys. See you later.